The conclusion of A House of Dynamite is bound to provoke strong reactions from many viewers, yet it stands as the most logical resolution given the film's themes. Netflix spoiler alert. This article reveals critical plot points from A House of Dynamite. Kathryn Bigelow's latest film, A House of Dynamite, presents a gripping triptych of intertwined narratives unfolding concurrently during a dire crisis. Set against the backdrop of a chilling morning, the film depicts the moment an unidentified foreign power launches a nuclear missile from an undisclosed location. As the missile hurtles toward the United States, viewers are immersed in the frantic reactions of various players within the White House Situation Room, a remote military base, politicians, experts, and the president himself. The initial 35 minutes center around the growing dread within the White House, largely seen through the perspective of senior aide Olivia Walker, portrayed by Rebecca Ferguson. Tension escalates dramatically as officials realize the missile is heading directly for Chicago, creating a near unmanageable situation for all involved. The missile defense officer in Alaska, Daniel Gonzalez, played by Anthony Ramos, starts his day under considerable stress. Unaware of the chaos that is about to unfold, the second act shifts focus mainly on a high-ranking officer from Stratcom, Tracy Letts, and a junior security officer, Gabriel Basso, who grapple with the tactical implications of the missile threat. The uncertainty of the missile's origin, whether it's Russian, Chinese, or from another adversary, adds to the complexity of their situation. The film's third segment centers around the president, Idris Elba, who, caught off guard, must grapple with the grave responsibility of making a life-or-death decision that could change the course of humanity. However, the film artfully refrains from delivering a definitive conclusion, as all three narratives culminate just moments before the missile impact. Did the missile detonate? What would the fallout entail? A House of Dynamite leaves its audience suspended in a state of uncertainty, effectively maintaining a relentless tension throughout. While this narrative choice may frustrate some viewers, it reveals the core message of the film. No matter how sophisticated our processes may be, they are insufficient to shield humanity from the potential for devastating extinction. A House of Dynamite explores our helplessness against catastrophic destruction. Netflix. It's important to note that the film may suffer from poor timing regarding its release, making it feel somewhat outdated. With the current political landscape dominated by pundits and media personalities purportedly lacking the necessary expertise, the film contrasts sharply with a hopeful vision of a U.S. government operating seamlessly amid crisis. Despite its bleak theme, A House of Dynamite presents a narrative that showcases competent and determined individuals dedicated to averting disaster. This portrayal offers a utopian image of governance, even as the stakes escalate towards apocalyptic conclusions. Yet, despite the intelligence and capability of the characters, they find themselves powerless against the impending doom. With a missile on a direct course for a major city like Chicago, which harbors 2.7 million residents, the chaos in the government becomes painfully evident. The film deliberately avoids assigning blame to a specific country, emphasizing the ambiguity surrounding the missile's launch. Ultimately, the heart of A House of Dynamite lies in the profound sense of helplessness we all feel regarding nuclear annihilation. Viewers familiar with the critically acclaimed film Oppenheimer, released earlier in 2023, will recognize the devastating impact humanity has wrought upon itself, having created a weapon capable of erasing entire populations. Even as the timeline has advanced almost 80 years, the reality is that the inventory of these weapons has only grown, making the threat ever more tangible. The global powers possess these arsenals, yet the lack of preemptive strikes is dictated by the shared understanding that any attack could lead to total annihilation. In essence, as the title suggests, we all reside in proverbial houses of dynamite. A House of Dynamite delves into the grim realities of nuclear warfare, steering clear of glorifying combat. The anxieties presented in this film are not novel. Those who lived through the Cuban Missile Crisis likely remember the pervasive atmosphere of nuclear dread that loomed over the United States. Similarly, individuals who grew up during Ronald Reagan's presidency can recall the almost omnipresent fears of nuclear conflict, where it felt like a race against time before a catastrophe might occur between superpowers. Such anxieties have often been caricatured in pop culture, including films like RoboCop, which reduced the impending nuclear apocalypse to a cynical board game. However, A House of Dynamite intentionally steers away from focusing on specific national powers or their interactions with the United States. The film does not deliver a clear-cut villain, nor does it provide a death toll, leaving viewers in ambiguity that some may find jarring. Defining a specific nation as the antagonist would have diluted Bigelow's nuanced exploration by introducing a simplistic us versus them narrative that reduces complex geopolitical tensions to mere partisan political rhetoric. Should there have been depictions of a direct counterattack, it would have transformed the film into a standard war drama, devoid of its layered commentary. The decision to maintain an open-ended conclusion was an astute and thoughtful choice by Bigelow. By foregoing the comforts of easy patriotism and familiar enemy dynamics, she urges us, the audience, to confront the grim realities surrounding nuclear threats. The absence of a designated enemy allows the focus to shift towards the dangers posed by nuclear arms themselves. Here, the true adversary becomes the collective obsession with weaponization and the perilous standoff that characterizes global military relations. It is essential to recognize that the president's indecision during such a chaotic moment is understandable. The choices available carry no guarantees of safety or certainty. A House of Dynamite is set for a limited theatrical release on October 10th. And will become available for global streaming on Netflix starting October 24th, 2025. Are you ready to confront the uncomfortable truths about our world in this impending cinematic experience? What are your thoughts on the portrayal of powerlessness against such threats? We'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below.